$11:50, 10 minutes before the hour here on AM 950, Dyke Badger Radio. If time allows, I'm going to talk a little bit about that song. That's a Bon Jovi song, which Grover's laughing about. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So we're back here with Catherine, and Catherine runs the jobhuntworkshop.com effort. And so she was giving some tips before the break here on what you could do. Can you recount number 1, 2,
Absolutely.
and 3?
So if you're somebody who is working and you want to do something you don't know how, 3 things that you can do. Number 1, share jobs. Ask people, are you hiring? Send me the details and put it out to your network. Number 2, share your Rolodex with people. If someone's looking for work, ask them what kind of connections they're looking for and make warm referrals, personal introductions. And then number 3, become a champion. Pick one person who's unemployed and meet them once a week for coffee and help them through this process. You can make an enormous difference out there if you do those 3 things.
So how do you, if you're an employed person and you want to meet with someone, what do you talk about with them? Like, I mean, I've had to do this. I've done this and felt this pressure of like, how's it going? And they're like, yeah, not really a lot.
You help them figure out what their strengths and talents are. I mean, that's what's tough, right? You sit down and you don't know how to help them.
Oh.
The biggest challenge that job seekers have is they don't know what they want. And sitting down and having a cup of coffee with you, you can help them figure that out. You can just keep pulling and talking to them and saying, you know, what's your proudest career moment? You can just help them.
Okay, well, so that's really helpful to hear, because I think some people I've talked to, and you know, this is maybe just my experience, other people's are different, but I think they feel torn if they're supposed to spend their time introspectively considering who they are and how they should live in the world, which can sound like navel-gazing to type A personalities, or should they spend their time out getting a job? And I know people have said, this is no time for me to reconsider my life and my career. I just need to get a job. Now, you probably hear that sort of thing too.
I do.
And so I feel like, well, if I'm going to go out with somebody for coffee or get together with them or treat them to lunch because, you know, they've been home eating ramen noodles or something, you know, I don't know if I should push them into sort of introspective consideration of who they are as a person and what they want to contribute in the world. And you're saying that that's okay.
That is okay. And I'd say that the two should be happening simultaneously. You don't want to sit in your basement for 3 months while you figure out what you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah,
They
right.
should be
right.
happening
That's,
simultaneously. And my other big message is, if you're looking for work, you've got to get out of your house. You've got to get out networking. And it'll come. The two will come simultaneously. So if you're working and you want to help people, just kind of do a little, what did you love in the past? Your last job, what did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy? And just get to know them a little bit, and it'll start to come together.
And people are asking here in the chat room about social media networking. What do you think? I mean, a lot of that, when we use that phrase, it tends to mean internet-based social media, because there's nothing more social media than actually networking. So tomorrow at Bethlehem Lutheran or the other seminars that you're running, that's classic social networking, like people socializing with each other and networking. But in the internet way, is that useful and helpful and a good thing to do? And
it is. It really, really is, with boundaries around it. So you don't want to be out on Facebook 24/7. LinkedIn is a professional, incredibly powerful networking tool. I think everybody should be out on it. Whether
okay,
you're
I want to
working or
ask
not.
you about that. Really, because I get invitations all the time to join LinkedIn. And even though I run a social media company, I say to myself, I don't want to be on LinkedIn. But I've always thought, because I don't do social professional networking like that, maybe I should be on there so that other people could use my social network to help them. Like, I've always thought, I have no reason to be on LinkedIn, for whatever reason I determined that. But I've never thought about it maybe being helpful for other folks. So I don't really know. Would that be?
It'll be helpful for you professionally and for other people.
And for
I
other
think you'll be
people.
amazed once you get out there how the connections are starting to happen.
Yeah.
But it can take up your whole day. So you've got to limit it to 1 hour a day. I'm going to be out doing a social media thing. Here's my goal. It can really help if you have a goal. Here's what I want to accomplish. Here's what I'm looking to do, and just limit your time out there. But it's an incredible way to get past the cold calls and get past the internet and get into organizations to find those jobs.
Yeah.
And you can be a wonderful resource for people, making those warm introductions I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. So head on over to the website, jobhuntworkshop.com.
Come to Bethlehem tomorrow.
Come to Bethlehem tomorrow. Look, if you're unemployed or you know an unemployed person who's looking for a job, get them over to Bethlehem Lutheran in Minneapolis tomorrow. Go to jobhuntworkshop.com. The information will be there. It'll tell them where it is, and they'll have something to do tomorrow.
Yes.
It'll be a great start to a great week. Catherine, thanks. Thanks for all that you do. I think you're going to get the right on today, because that's just right on. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for
everyone.
being part of it. So here's where I was going to go with the with the right on today, and the reason we started the segment with the Bon Jovi, and I know the people in the chat room, I mentioned to them that we're going to talk Bon Jovi today. Okay, so here's the deal. Bon Jovi, he almost earned the cripes today because he got caught in my head. So there's something funny about this Bon Jovi character, right? For, I don't know, my entire adult life, this guy's been writing little shticks that work and that people sing. And I don't understand how that can be. Maybe it's just the New Jersey rockers that I've got a thing for him. But this morning, I should say last week, my two sons were up early in the morning before going to school, and I came downstairs, and they had, I don't know, some music channel on. And on the music television channel, Bon Jovi was on, and I said to him, "Do you guys know who that is?" And they said, "Yeah, that's the guy that sings that whatchamacallit song." I can't remember, and I think they were talking about one of the 80s sort of rock songs.
Peak of his career.
From Bon Jovi, yeah. There's two rock groups that peaked in the 1980s, Bon Jovi and U2.
Yes.
But I'm not going to get into that again right now.
We all know there's only one real rock band from New Jersey.
So anyway, this morning, Chico was listening to this that same station again, and of course, they play about 12 videos a week. So this Bon Jovi one is in the cycle, so it was on again, and so it's this new song, this one that Grover played. Grover, play that one again, so that people hear it. It's called "We Weren't Born to Follow." Right, and the reason I almost got the cripes is because it started running in my head, and Chico, when I was leaving the living room, and this was on, I noticed that he was sort of humming along the tune to this song, and it gets caught in your head. It's these Bon Jovi guys that this guy can write a lyric that just gets caught in your head. So then I came in today because it was caught in my head, and I looked at the lyrics to the song. It's actually pretty good. So I wanted to give a shout out to people who are trying to encourage folks along. Now I think he's a bit of an opportunist, but the lyrics to the song, which are a little hard to get the first time, are actually kind of encouraging. So in a cheesy way, Bon Jovi gets the right on today for this song.
That
so
hurts.
so the lyrics go like this. This one goes out, and it's a song called "We're Not Born to Follow." The opening lyric says, "This one goes out to the man who mines for miracles. This one goes out for the one in need. This one goes out to the sinner and the cynical. This ain't about no apology. The road was paved by the hopeless and the hungry. The road was paved by the winds of change. Walking beside the guilty and the innocent. How will you raise your hand when they call your name? Yeah, we weren't born to follow. Come on, get up, get off your knees. When life is a bitter pill to swallow, you got to follow what you believe. Believe that the sun will shine tomorrow and that your saints and sinners bleed. We weren't born to follow. You got to stand up for what you believe in." Yeah.
Bon Jovi was born to write cheese.
Bon Jovi was born to write cheese. Yeah, but you know what I like about it? I like it when people write songs that say, "You're not alone. You can do something. You can make a difference in the world." I actually kind of threw him out the right on for the line, "Believe that the sun will shine tomorrow and that your saints and sinners bleed." That everybody's in this thing together. And we should make the kind of world that we want. And our faith could create faith, and our hope creates hope, and our love creates love. That's what we try to do around here. Doug Pagitt Radio on AM 950.
We're going up.
We'll join you again next week. We'll right this ship after all. Let's get this thing back on track. Clear that Bon Jovi right out of our minds. Doug Pagitt Radio. Over and out. See you next week.